When you hear the words Taj Mahal, what comes to mind? A white marble masterpiece? A monument of eternal love? A tourist destination tucked in the heart of India? You're not wrong. But what if I told you there's more, much more, behind its flawless symmetry and breathtaking design? A deeper story. One of heartbreak, power, empire, and a grief so consuming it reshaped the skyline of Agra forever. Let's rewind the clock to the early 1600s, into the golden era of the Mughal Empire, one of the richest and most powerful empires the world had ever seen. At the center of this empire was Prince Khurram, son of Emperor Jahangir. Handsome, ambitious, and favored by his father, he was poised to become a ruler, but not just any ruler. He had a vision of power, art, and expansion. And then, at the age of 14, his life took an unexpected turn. He laid eyes on Arjuman Banu Begum, a Persian noblewoman of noble birth, charm, wit, and unparalleled beauty. The attraction was instant. But this wasn't just another royal marriage of convenience. No, when they eventually wed in 1612, 5 years after their engagement, Khurram was hopelessly in love. He renamed her Mumtaz Mahal, the chosen one of the palace, and she truly was. Unlike his other wives, Mumtaz was his confidant, his constant companion. She traveled with him, advised him in political matters, and was by his side on military campaigns, which was almost unheard of for a queen in that era. Their love was the kind that crossed societal expectations, deep, passionate, and rare. But even love like that couldn't escape the hand of fate. In 1631, while accompanying Shah Jahan on a military campaign in the Deccan Plateau, Mumtaz Mahal died while giving birth to their 14th child. She was only 38. The emperor was shattered. It's said he wept uncontrollably, withdrew from public life, and plunged into a deep depression. Chroniclers of the time wrote that his hair turned white overnight, and his body grew frail under the weight of grief. He lost not only his queen, but a piece of his soul. And in the midst of that sorrow, an idea took root in his heart. If he couldn't bring her back, he would immortalize her, not in words, but in marble. Not with poems, but with architecture. Thus began the creation of the Taj Mahal, a tomb, a temple of memory, and a symbol of love and loss, unlike anything the world had ever seen. Construction began in late 1631. More than 20,000 artisans, masons, stonecutters, and calligraphers were brought in from across the empire. Some came from as far as Persia, Central Asia, and the Ottoman lands. Materials were sourced globally. White marble from Makrana in Rajasthan, red sandstone jade from China, crystal from Egypt, turquoise from Tibet, lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, sapphire from Sri Lanka, and even diamonds and gold. Architects believe the lead designer was Ustad Ahmad Lahori, though the project involved teams of engineers, artisans, and mathematicians who collaborated to achieve the impossible building, a monument of perfect symmetry and visual harmony. The central dome of the mausoleum soars over 70 meters high, surrounded by 4 slender minarets that gently tilt outward, a deliberate design choice so that if they ever collapsed, they'd fall away from the tomb. At the center lies Mumtaz's cenotaph, adorned with floral carvings and Quranic calligraphy. Beside her lies Shah Jahan's cenotaph, added later, breaking the otherwise flawless symmetry, a poetic flaw in a perfect masterpiece. The Taj Mahal is more than stone, it's a language. Every corner speaks the emperor's grief and devotion. Look at the carvings. Delicate flowers, vines, and verses from the Quran that speak of paradise, reunion, and eternal peace. The layout of the Charbagh garden represents the 4 rivers of paradise as described in Islamic tradition: water, milk, wine, and honey, flowing toward a central tomb, as if to cradle the queen in eternal bliss. Even the acoustics were engineered with precision. Whisper beneath the dome, and your voice echoes with clarity, as if the tomb itself listens and responds. It's not just architecture, it's emotion turned into geometry. Of course, no great monument comes without whispers. There are legends that Shah Jahan intended to build a black Taj Mahal across the Yamuna River, a mirror image of the original, meant to be his own tomb. This dark twin would face the white Taj, connected by a silver bridge. But before he could begin, his son Aurangzeb deposed him and imprisoned him in the Agra fort, where he would spend his final years, gazing at the Taj Mahal from his prison window. Then there are stories, chilling ones, that after the Taj was completed, the workers had their hands cut off or were executed so that the design could never be replicated. While this has never been definitively proven, the myth persists, passed down over centuries like a dark fairy tale. Another layer of controversy emerged in modern times, with claims from fringe theorists suggesting that the Taj Mahal might have originally been a Hindu temple named Tejo Mahalaya, repurposed by Shah Jahan. Most historians dismiss this theory as baseless, citing abundant Mughal records of construction. Yet the very existence of such theories speaks to the mystery and power of this monument. It's easy to be mesmerized by the grandeur, but let's not forget. The Taj was built by an empire that was both magnificent and merciless. The resources required were immense. The Mughal treasury bore the burden. Some say it contributed to the financial strain that led to the empire's gradual decline. But for Shah Jahan, none of that mattered. This wasn't just for Mumtaz. This was his legacy too, a final act of devotion meant to outlive them both. And it did. Shah Jahan died in 1666. He was laid to rest beside his beloved Mumtaz Mahal inside the Taj. No grand procession, no towering monument of his own, just a quiet burial beside the woman he had loved beyond life itself. And so, the Taj Mahal became not just a tomb, but a time capsule, a living memory encased in marble, a whisper across centuries that says, "Love this deep does not die." And now, when tourists come from every corner of the world, snapping photos in front of its glistening white surface, few realize the sorrow it holds, the heartbreak, the obsession, the empire that rose and fell around it. This is the true story of the Taj Mahal, not just as a symbol of love, but of loss. Of what happens when love is so strong, it demands to be made eternal. You've heard the love story. You've felt the grief carved into marble. But the story of the Taj Mahal doesn't end with Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. In fact, some might say it was only the beginning. From its quiet position on the banks of the Yamuna River in Agra, the Taj Mahal grew far beyond its original purpose. It became more than a royal tomb. It became a global symbol of love, of beauty, of India itself. But how did a personal monument built in mourning become a worldwide icon? What gives the Taj Mahal its magnetism, drawing millions of visitors, architects, lovers, and dreamers to its gates each year? Let's uncover the next layer of this historical masterpiece: its global influence, political symbolism, cultural power, and how it became one of the most recognized buildings in the entire world. The year was 1983. By then, the Taj Mahal had already stood for more than 330 years. Through the fall of the Mughal Empire, the rise and fall of the British Raj, Indian independence, and multiple world wars. It had been looted, damaged, repaired, and restored, but its beauty remained untouched. And in 1983, UNESCO officially named it a World Heritage Site, calling it the jewel of Muslim art in India and one of the universally admired masterpieces of the world's heritage. But what does that mean? A UNESCO designation is more than just a stamp of approval. It recognizes that this isn't just an Indian treasure. It belongs to all humanity. It confirms that the Taj Mahal isn't just beautiful. It's historically irreplaceable. It carries the weight of our collective memory. From that moment on, the Taj wasn't just India's crown jewel. It became the world's monument of love. Today, over 7 million visitors walk through its arched gates each year. Before the pandemic, it was consistently ranked among the most visited sites on Earth. Honeymooners, architects, poets, politicians, celebrities all come to see it, photograph it, and stand in awe before it. But this isn't just about selfies and souvenirs. The Taj Mahal is a cornerstone of India's tourism economy. It provides jobs, inspires local art and craftsmanship, and feeds thousands of small businesses in and around Agra. From tour guides to marble inlay artisans, rickshaw drivers to hoteliers, the Taj sustains a living economy that has survived for centuries. For many Indians, it's a matter of national pride. For foreigners, it's often their first emotional connection to Indian culture. It's not just a tourist attraction, it's a pilgrimage. The Taj Mahal's influence didn't stay inside India's borders. It quietly echoed across the world, reshaping design and architecture in ways most people never realize. Its perfect symmetry, its arched facades, the grand central dome. These became reference points for buildings around the globe. In England, the Brighton Pavilion reflects similar domes and minarets. In the United States, the Taj Mahal Casino in Atlantic City and the Baps Swaminarayan Akshardham in New Jersey borrow heavily from Mughal design. Even the Baha'i Lotus Temple in New Delhi, though modern, draws inspiration from the Taj's spiritual layout. Its influence goes beyond stone and mortar. It appears in fashion, photography, poetry, and film. The image of the Taj has been featured in Bollywood love stories, Hollywood films, wedding shoots, perfumes, and even emojis. And it's not just how it looks, it's what it represents. The idea that love can last forever, that pain can produce beauty, that human hands can build something so divine, so majestic, that it touches hearts across cultures and continents. The Taj Mahal isn't just beautiful, it's powerful. Governments have used it as a tool of soft power, showcasing it in promotional campaigns, state visits, and cultural exchanges. Almost every global leader who visits India, from US presidents to European royals, makes a stop at the Taj. Why? Because it sends a message. This is India. This is our legacy. During the 2020 visit of President Donald Trump to India, the image of him and First Lady Melania standing in front of the Taj was broadcast globally. It wasn't just a photo op, it was cultural signaling. It told the world that the Taj wasn't just about the past. It was still very much a living symbol of diplomacy and identity. Even in tense times, during colonial occupation, religious tension, or political unrest, the Taj stood as a unifying image. It wasn't Hindu or Muslim, rich or poor, ancient or modern. It simply was timeless. But what's truly fascinating is how the Taj Mahal's meaning has evolved over time. For Shah Jahan, it was an act of personal devotion. For his son Aurangzeb, it was an extravagance. For the British, it was a curiosity, a remnant of a once great empire. For modern India, it's a national symbol. And for the world, it's become a mirror, reflecting what we value most. For some, it's the ultimate romantic gesture. For others, it's a reminder of loss. For artists, it's an architectural challenge. For spiritual seekers, it's a sacred space. For engineers, it's a mystery of precision. For tourists, it's a once-in-a-lifetime marvel. The Taj doesn't speak one language. It speaks every language. Yet fame is a heavy crown. The Taj Mahal has faced its share of threats, from pollution and acid rain to over-tourism and environmental degradation. The marble has yellowed in places. Cracks have appeared in its walls. The Yamuna River, once a glistening mirror beneath it, has suffered from pollution and low water levels. And with every passing year, the pressure mounts to protect it, preserve it, and pass it on. But we'll explore that more in the next section. For now, let's pause and ask, how did a tomb become a treasure for all of humanity? The answer lies not just in marble or symmetry, but in meaning. The Taj Mahal is proof that human beings are capable of creating something transcendent, something that endures, unites, and inspires. It's not just about its history, it's about its echo. The Taj Mahal teaches us that even the most personal grief can give rise to collective beauty. That even in a world ruled by empires and wars, love can build something that outlasts them all. It tells a timeless truth. greatness doesn't always come from conquest. Sometimes it comes from sorrow. So next time you see a photo of the Taj Mahal, or better yet, stand before it in person, remember, you're not just looking at a building. You're witnessing a heartbeat in stone, and its rhythm continues to move the world. For over 370 years, the Taj Mahal has stood tall, serene, symmetrical, and stoic, on the banks of the Yamuna River. But the world around it has changed. Empires have fallen, nations have risen, millions have passed through its gates. And yet, the Taj remains, shimmering like a dream against the skyline of Agra. But here's the truth. Time leaves no masterpiece untouched. As breathtaking as the Taj Mahal looks in photographs, the reality behind the scenes is a constant struggle to protect it, from pollution, natural decay, climate change, and even humanity itself. So what does the Taj Mahal look like today? What challenges does it face? And how are experts racing against time to preserve one of the world's most iconic wonders? Let's step behind the veil of beauty, into the laboratories, scaffolding, and quiet battles being fought every day to keep this legend alive. Once upon a time, the Taj Mahal gleamed like polished ivory under the Indian sun. Its white marble walls caught the morning light and reflected it back with celestial brilliance. But in the last century, especially in the last few decades, that sparkle has dimmed. Air pollution from vehicles, factories, and open waste burning in and around Agra has taken its toll. The once pristine marble is turning yellow, and in some places even greenish-brown due to algal and fungal growth from moisture trapped in the stone. The culprit? Tiny airborne particles of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, chemicals that mix with rain to create acid rain. And when acid rain meets marble, it doesn't take long for corrosion to set in. Researchers call it marble cancer, and the Taj Mahal is its most famous patient. Even the Yamuna River, once a source of poetic reflection, now suffers from pollution and low water levels. With its flow disrupted, the dampness at the Taj Mahal's foundation increases, making it more vulnerable to structural weakening. But this isn't just a scientific issue. It's a political and legal battle too. In 1996, in a landmark decision, India's Supreme Court ordered the closure or relocation of hundreds of factories near the Taj Mahal and banned the use of coal in the surrounding region. This led to the creation of the Taj Trapezium Zone, a 10,400 square kilometer area designed to protect the monument from harmful emissions. Today, gas-run vehicles are required within the immediate vicinity, and a significant effort has been made to greenify Agra's urban infrastructure. But enforcement is still an ongoing challenge. Activists, journalists, and historians regularly raise alarms over new threats, from illegal construction to poor waste management and bureaucratic neglect. Some have even gone to the courts demanding urgent action, calling the Taj a sitting patient on life support. In 2018, one judge famously asked the government, "If you cannot protect the Taj, demolish it, or shut it down." It was a shocking statement, but meant to ignite action. Fortunately, it's not all doom and gloom. In recent years, scientists, historians, and conservationists have joined forces with cutting-edge technology to safeguard the Taj Mahal. One of the most fascinating techniques used is known as Fuller's Earth Therapy, a treatment where a special clay, similar to what you'd find in a spa, is applied to the surface of the marble. This mud pack draws out dirt, grime, and pollutants from the stone without damaging it. After it dries, the clay is gently washed away, revealing a visibly whiter, cleaner surface. It's like giving the Taj Mahal a deep facial cleanse. This treatment is time-consuming and expensive, but it has proven effective, especially for the most yellowed parts of the facade. Teams of experts have used 3D laser scanning to digitally map the entire Taj Mahal down to the millimeter. These scans allow for precise monitoring of even the smallest cracks or shifts in structure, which is crucial in preventing future collapse or damage. In fact, thanks to this technology, engineers were able to detect that one of the minarets had slightly tilted due to a shifting foundation, something invisible to the human eye. Newer projects are incorporating artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to predict the long-term impact of temperature, rainfall, pollution, and even foot traffic on the monument's structure. These models help conservationists plan proactive strategies, like when to do restoration, where to install protective barriers, and how to control visitor access during high-risk months. It's the future of preservation, powered by data. While pollution is a slow killer, mass tourism brings its own unique risks. On peak days, the Taj Mahal receives upwards of 70,000 visitors. That's a massive amount of foot traffic, which means wear on the flooring, humidity inside the tomb chamber, and carbon dioxide buildup from thousands of breaths per hour. In response, the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI, has implemented timed entry slots, a cap on daily visitors, especially foreigners, shoe covers for all visitors entering the inner mausoleum, a ban on food and large bags inside the complex. Next time you see a photo of the Taj Mahal, don't just scroll past. Pause. Look deeper. Behind every glistening marble tile is a heartbeat. Behind every intricate flower carving is a tear. And behind every shadow cast by its grand dome is the story of two souls who refuse to be separated. Not by death, not by time, not by history. They live on, not just in stone, but in every person who stands in awe before this monument. They live on in you. So ask yourself, what legacy will you leave behind? Will it be something loud or something lasting? The Taj Mahal is proof that what we build out of love will never truly die. If this story taught you something new or gave you a fresh perspective on what you thought you knew, don't let it end here. Subscribe to this channel for more powerful, untold stories from history that challenge the way we see the world. Drop a comment below and tell us, what does the Taj Mahal mean to you? Is it a symbol of love, loss, beauty, or something even deeper? And don't forget to turn on the notification bell, because the next story might just change how you see the world. Again, thank you for watching. And remember, some stories are carved in stone, but the meaning? That lives on in us.